Adrienne Wright tells me Planned Parenthood was the only place where she could go. She found out she was pregnant at 16 after being kidnapped by 3 men, and we want to warn you that these details are graphic and they may be triggering for some.
And I remember saying my name, and that was when everything went dark.
These are the confusing moments that led up to Adrienne Wright's abduction. She was 16 years old, and her family had just moved to Texas. They were staying at a hotel when her dad asked her to get something from the lobby.
I put on like my favorite, lipstick and like my favorite blue shirt and platform sandals, and was so excited, basically skipping over to the lobby and grabbed whatever I needed to get for my dad, headed back to the room, and I saw the men standing there, and I heard them say, "Hey, what's your name?"
That's all she remembers until eventually waking up surrounded by strangers.
Completely dark. And the moments that come back to me are things that have come back over time, the past 20 years, of seeing a painting and focusing on this painting of a horse, feeling different bodies on top of me, seeing a man drinking beer and watching me as 3 different men took their turns on me.
Wright says she was found the next day. Her dad took her to the hospital, but she decided not to press charges. It wasn't until her first day of junior high when she realized that awful day resulted in a pregnancy.
And I was so terrified. I had no friends at that school, could not tell my family about it. And I went to Planned Parenthood by myself in the middle of a school day.
That's when she found out she had a chemical pregnancy, which is a very early miscarriage.
And I remember thinking, well, one, I don't even know who are the 3 men, whose baby this is. And I was so angry that this had happened to me. I felt lost, and I felt so relieved that I was not carrying this child anymore. And I felt so grateful, and continue to feel so grateful today, that those services were provided to me as an option to have an abortion and terminate this pregnancy so I can move forward with my life.
She hopes these services continue to be available, especially for victims of sexual assault. According to the Justice Department, 80% of sexual assault survivors decide not to press charges. Back to you, Tracy.
Oh, Joylyn.